The podcast you are listening to of Holmberg's Morning Sickness is brought to you by my friends at Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale. Meet, mesquite, repeat. Trust me on this one. You've had barbecue before, but you haven't had it this good. Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale, ericsfamilybbq.com.
Eric's Family Barbecue has arrived and is simply the best barbecue in Arizona. Come satisfy your taste buds with meats that are smoked over mesquite wood and sides that are made with fresh ingredients and tons of love. They have the best, juiciest brisket, pulled pork, rib sausage, turkey, or everyone's favorite, the Pitmaster sampler that includes all the meat and 4 sides, mac and cheese, potato salad, coleslaw, corn, or beans, yum. And for dessert, try some creamy banana pudding, amazing. Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale. Meat, mesquite, repeat. Make the trip, you won't be sorry. Dine in or take it to go. Go to ericsfamilybbq.com for more info.
It's something. Check out Holmberg's Morning Sickness Podcast at 98kupd.com.
Just had a guy call up and said, hey, Holmes, make fun of Mexico, man. He was mad that we were making fun of. No, I will. That place is a cesspool. I'll never, ever not make fun of Mexico. There's a reason why everybody's leaving it in droves. Not Mexican people. You guys are great. And what the guy brought up was, what about our food? I'm like, undeniably amazing. And again, it's the same argument. It's like, you got upset when I made fun of your thing, but are you laughing when I make fun of ugly white people?
No,
you need to do that more often, man. I'm like, all right, so we're both bigots. You're just able to call me personally and say, you're a bigot. I'm like, so are you. We're all that. The faster we all embrace the fact we're bigots, the more we're all going to get along. Again, my theory has always been the leading cause of racism is race. Stop associating so heavily with race. Don't homogenize yourself as one type of person in a group. We're all individuals. Now let's treat each other because that's what we deserve as individuals. We're garbage.
And keep those stereotypes alive.
And also, again, I've been on this crusade to bring shame back. I was at Total Wine yesterday. I had to go actually after. Brady was very generous. He and Billy, Fighting Billy, I call him. And Billy is a good dude. And he was in Vegas with us last couple weeks ago. And very kindly after their round of golf, dropped off a bunch of alcohol to me as sort of a thank you. For, I didn't really do anything other than gamble too much and get free tickets to Bruno Mars. But happy to have you. And so Brady thinking you're kind of new to the liquor world. Yeah. I super appreciate it.
Yeah.
But Brady bought me a case of Tito's. That's going to be a little much.
Case.
It's a case.
Nice.
There's nowhere to put that.
Hell, I would have taken him to Vegas for that.
I know. That's what I said. And then Billy got me a couple of nice bottles of tequila because we were talking about sipping tequila, and he did that, which I'm not great about being involved in. I don't want to use the tequila he got me in margaritas. That is an ice sipping tequila. One of them.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Good. And I'm great at that, although I'm starting to kind of like it. But very classily, the gentleman who dropped off these thank you gifts left the receipt on top of the box.
You think that was on purpose?
I know it was on purpose.
Okay.
I sent him a photo right after, and I'm like, thank you, boys. It's nice. Appreciate that.
Nice.
But Billy's a slap
Billy.
jaggy. I forgot where I was going with that. What was I talking about? I don't remember. Anyway, shame. I was talking about shame. So I had to go to Total Wine after you dropped all that off because I wanted some ginger beer to make these. You
went through the mules.
I was in a mood for the mules, so I was doing the yard work, you know?
Oh, I know.
I know. I flaked on you because of it. I got to trim up them palm trees. I was staring at these thick-ass palm trees. I don't like it.
Why do today what you could do tomorrow?
I agree with that more than ever before. So, I ran over to Total Wine, and I had not seen this in my life before. But a woman went in, and I've seen this part. She came in there and the line was forever. So I'm standing in this line, and this lady comes in a sports bra that was fighting for its life. Big, ugly.
Oh.
She looked like a jar of mayonnaise had escaped from its package and just came to life.
That's
for that Mexican guy.
That sounds delicious.
That's for that Mexican guy. This white woman was making me sick. Tub of mayo, somehow conjured by a wizard to become life, and then put on Lululemons and a sports bra. So the only thing you got to do, Mayo, is show off enough of yourself that people actually dry heave a little bit. She comes trolling in this thing and is everywhere. Arm, fat.
So the top The Lululemon top was like the cap on the mayo, and then the in-between was like the dried mayo.
No dried mayo, Brady. It was all very moist. This was not dried. It was
too early for this.
This was a brand new jar of mayo.
Fresh oozing.
I would love it had she had some stiffness, like a mayo jar has that crusty thing. She didn't have any of that.
God.
And I mean, it's beastly.
That mayo leather.
And then it's bubbling out of the top. I always worry about these moments. Like she looked over and she goes, "Oh, there's Holmberg, big fan." But I don't think she'd know I'm talking about her. Just a 5-gallon jug. When I used to work in a restaurant, Gallagher's, I worked there for like 2 weeks after I got fired from Tony Roma's. And the reason I quit is because the dudes in the kitchen that were making the ranch dressing, I'd never seen it done before. And it's just globs of mayonnaise.
Yeah.
And then the ranch powder. And then some milk or something, and they stir it like hillbillies. And this one kid would sit over and go, and he's talking football constantly. The owner of the place was a former and he said, "We was at the game last week, and I'm like, wait a second, what did I just see?" And I thought that Tim Rosenbaugh's got a future with the Cardinals. No doubt about it. I'm like, "Are you spitting in the ranch, dude? It's 5 gallons." Oh. Come on, man.
After the stuff you did at Tony Roma's,
I didn't do anything.
You
say I did anything to people's food. I did nothing to people's food. The only time I ever did anything, dick prints in the food we didn't serve.
Display case.
Display dessert case always had a dick print in it, especially the tiramisu, because I could lay it right across it. It was almost the exact same size as my wang. And it was like, what's wrong with that? It was a little valley and a vein. Anyway, that's beside the point. We never served that food. I didn't do anything to the food. I dipped my balls in one man's drink, and he deserved it. I'd do it again today. That's it. It's an old fashioned. So anyway, she comes wandering in, and one of the employees immediately sees that everybody's just like, oh, belly, like it was everywhere. And she's in underwear. I mean, this thing was a bra, and it was not doing its job. Under boob that was being pushed out of the bottom. It was, if a pound, it was 500. It was Ralphie May in a sports bra.
How sexy, player.
Shut up. So I'm watching this, and an employee runs up. Can we help you, ma'am? I mean, she's 7 steps in the door. Can we help you, ma'am?
I'm just looking around.
Head her off.
Can I help you with anything, ma'am? What are you looking for in particular?
We're just going to get some beers.
Ranch vodka.
It was they kind of pulled her aside. Oh, if they had ranch vodka, she'd have been first in line. In fact, she has ranch vodka at home. She dips her vodka in ranch.
Guarantee.
And the dude took her aside. I don't know what happened. I don't know if he booted her. I don't know if he was like, you can't come in here in just a bra. It's the Seinfeld O. Henry episode, except for that lady's boobs were so beautiful. The judge made her put a shirt on.
Dress code.
Right. There's a dress code.
Yeah.
There's a shame dress code. You cannot wander in an ill-fitting bra unless really, really hot. It can't be done.
You can walk into the Total Wines and a bunch of other stores, but there's probably 5 or 6 gyms that will say,
Of
can't
course
wear that.
there. Well, there's shame. We need to have it again. We need to have, because then this story comes out. This lady is on Alaska Airlines. She gets kicked off, and I'm reading it thinking, I saw this. She got kicked off. She was in a sports bra and leggings and her guts out and all the stuff rolling around. And Alaska Airlines, you got to cover up. We can't have you on the plane exposed like this. So she puts this sheer pink thing on her stomach. So I'm like, ma'am, that's not enough. We can't have you on this plane. And instead of being like, oh, my God, how embarrassing, which you should feel, she goes on TikTok immediately and goes, I'm being shamed for my outfit. I'm like, remember when people used to say, hey, you're making everybody sick with what you have on? Your dick tips out. And you'd be like, oh, my God, I'm so embarrassed. Nobody has embarrassment anymore. Nobody says, wow, the general public has spoken. It's like the HOA. They became necessities because nobody would knock on your door and go, your yard looks like garbage and you should be ashamed of that.
The car on blocks.
We need people HOA. We need people HOA to where people don't go on TikTok and go, I'm wearing whatever I want because I'm a proud, big, beautiful woman. It's like, yeah, but you still can't walk around in your underwear or in clothes that make everybody sick. It's still a business. Alaska Airlines, I credit you because you took the chance to go, get out of here, pig. Total Wine might have done it. Let's have, you know what? You've earned yourself a private shopper. You sit in this opaque room for a little while and give me a list, and I'll go find your stuff. But
I'll bring you a Slurpee.
I can't have you walking around my building With this, there's a reason you can't go into a building with your shirt off.
I look good.
I don't care how I look. It's beauty's in the eye of the beholder. Well, this beholder thinks that you look sickening, and I'm glad they don't serve food here because you'd eat it all. It was weird. So, yeah, she goes on, and instead of saying, like, wow, that's embarrassing, I was dressed to a point where a business didn't allow me to be part of the business. No. Now you go on TikTok and you start screaming about what a cruddy business it is that doesn't allow you to go on in your underwear. And that's not how it works. It's not how it should ever work unless you're smoking hot. We know this already. A smoking hot girl is called an influencer. You're called a sack of mayonnaise.
People will buy more with the smoking hot.
You're called a liability.
What happened to the people who go, oh, I couldn't possibly take my shirt off in public? They swim in, in T-shirts. There used to be, like Brady, you know better.
Because the population is increased. Yeah. It's the amount of people that are doing it.
You don't walk around like Ezekiel Elliott in the pregame with your shirt pulled up. You don't. People would go, ugh, what's going on here? I don't do it either. I don't want to show people what's wrong. I don't walk around with my peanut to be ridiculed by human males who have grown into full-grown men with my little dangler. I'm not going to show it off. You hide the thing. That's the great part of the Bible. You hide all of that stuff. That's what that's my only favorite part of the Bible is when they're like, good, shame. They brought on shame. They ate the apple and had to start wearing clothes because they felt shame. Good. Thank God for shame. Brady, your Bible people nailed it. Instead of walking around naked and stuff, put a leak, cover that. Nobody needs to see that thing, especially every 28 days, ladies. Shame needs to make a massive comeback, and I mean in a huge way. That lady yesterday could have been the most beautiful woman in the world personally, but she exposed herself as absolutely uncaring about other people's thoughts or feelings. You just don't go out dressed like that. You don't. It's like when my sister, dolphin shorts, these. Remember those?
Oh, yeah.
My sister used to put those dolphin shorts on. Her ass would hang out. My dad would be like, you get back in your room right now. And you put on a pair of pants that don't make you a whore.
The pants don't make me a whore.
Yeah, they do.
You don't understand.
You're getting it. I do understand.
Ask anybody who sees you.
I'm about to dress you as a colonial woman. I pay the bills. You wear what I tell you.
Well, you'll see.
And maybe he was wrong to do it the way he did it. But as long as he knew about it, she wasn't going outside with her butthole out, which was nice.
John, I got to say, this conversation is turning me on. Where's the store again? Signed Maricopa resident.
Yeah, Maricopa.
Oh, I'm sorry, residents.
All of them. All of Maricopa's in. Yeah, shame needs to make a comeback in a big way.
Holmberg, pics or it didn't happen, bro. Put them on the Facebook.
I actually tried to get one. I could not. And you know why? Because I have my flash on. And so I was worried. I was worried that I was going to try to sneak one and then flash her, and then all that mayonnaise would load for a second, and then the Marshmallow Man would have been furious.
That's somehow you irradiate her and that activates something.
It wasn't a picture of you. My phone's not big enough.
It's a hate crime.
Yeah, I hate your outfit. You're right about that.
You're 100% right there.
It is a hate crime. I hate that you came in here looking like that. So you're right. It's disgusting. So, yeah, I mean, I swear to God, if you were an animator, you'd have a jar of Hellmann's, and you'd pour it out, and it would have eyes. You're like, what's this? And then you're like, ping, with a magic wizard's wand, and it would turn into a person. It would look like this.
All I think about with Mayo now is that friggin' football game that Brady was talking about. Dudes just glopping that whole
jars of
mayo.
Oh, what? Have you seen that?
At Duke's Mayo.
They had a battle, like a race to the bottom of the jar.
The sponsor was Duke's Mayo.
Yeah.
And
I finally saw it, and it's
hard to but at least it's a stunt. I think this lady I saw yesterday does that for breakfast.
Slow down on the mayo, honey.
Well, honey, we don't have... It's 5 gallons. Guzzling it. So bring shame back. And the second someone says, hey, you look too disgusting to be part of my business, it's not a TikTok pride moment. It's a moment to reassess yourself.
Yeah.
Brady, when that guy knocked on your door and said, hey, your yard is mucking up the street, did you go to TikTok and go,
This dude thinks I have to mow my grass every week because beauty's in the eye of the beholder.
No, your yard looks like crap, and your neighbors have the courtesy to say, I don't think this is appropriate. And it made you
and
feel shame.
And I can help you if you need help.
You want a hand? You want me to dress you? Is that essentially? But now all of a sudden it's a TikTok moment of bigotry and racism anytime you say, you can't come in my business looking like this. If she had no shoes on, which is the odd thing, and the guy said you can't come in here without, she'd be like, I understand.
Right.
Like nobody TikToks about the shoe thing. But your blobby gut and your too much of you being out.
My nips are covered.
That's not enough. Because the rest of your teats aren't, babe.
So she was in there in like a sports bra and stuff?
Oh, it was sports bra.
I was just going to say, like, that broad's ever seen sports.
Yes, Brad. It was a sports
They used
bra.
to be called that.
Yeah. And the sport of competitive eating. So anyway, bring shame back.
It's a
It's gotta be a
sports
thing.
bra.
And then I'm like, all right. And I felt bad. I'm like, poor lady. Like, she's just glandular. I don't know. Her bones are gigantic, especially the
What if
ones
she
around
was
her
down
ass.
a couple hundred pounds?
If she dropped a couple hundred pounds, then she'd be my
Support
size.
that
She needs to
album.
keep going.
No, I'm saying
And
she's
she'd
already
keep working, apparently.
She's
Yeah.
like, I feel good
Oh,
now.
she's down.
Right.
If she's 2 bills,
That ain't
I'm
nothing.
showing this off.
nope. Do like decent people do. What happened to moo sales? Wasn't that a thing? That used to be a. Moo-moos were awesome.
Were there people just popping their bottles before they even got in
Oh,
line? Like,
look.
I'll pay for it when I get up there.
I went back in line. I'm like, I don't have enough. That case of Tito's that Brady got me is gone.
John, as a
Human
fat girl,
dressing. Yeah.
I can say that certain outfits stay at home.
Yes.
We should be shaming the fatty.
Yes.
I agree.
Well, not shaming them outwardly, but they should not be TikToking how proud they are when a company says you can't be here because it's gross. What you have on is bad. It isn't because you're fat, because if you had a T-shirt on and a pair of pants that was normal, no one's kicking you off. It isn't the fact you're fat. It's the fact that you're not dressed. It's not puritanical. You're being gross. Ugh. Anyway, you got the words today, by the way? 2 minutes out for that. Yeah. So I just thought that. Like, if I wouldn't go, would you go with Brady if Brady went to dinner and he showed up at your house in a halter? Like, we're not going.
Dolphin
I'm not
shorts.
going out with you. The dolphin shorts and a halter top. I'm like, what are you doing?
Don't you shame me. I'm a prideful fat woman.
Like, stop, Brady.
It's hot.
I'm a BBW.
You're a big black woman.
I thought that meant something else.
Yeah,
It's so hot out. I just thought I'd
Big
guss it
Brady
up.
woman.
Big, beautiful winner.
Brady, the big woman.
yeah. I don't understand where your friends are that don't tell you don't go out in that.
I can wear whatever I want.
You most certainly can, but you're not doing it next to me. I'm not going to lunch with Brady. And Brady, you wouldn't go out with me in a halter top and a pair of Speedos. It would be weird.
If you're serious, yeah.
If
that
I
would be
if
weird.
I
But if you
even
came
if
over
I
here and joked,
wasn't,
like, we're not
serious.
going out.
We're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
If I show up at the house, we're like, we're going to go to Steak
Come
44 or
on.
something. I'm like,
Oh.
right. You know better. Anyway, I don't understand it, but it's out there. So shame people again, just like we did the country of Mexico, and then hogs, underdressed hogs, and underdressed over, just underdressed anybody. It's not because you're fat; it's because you look bad. People need to point that out more often.
John, tell me where the spandex enormity was. I'd like to throw bologna slices at it.
Spandex enormity. Yeah, and I feel bad for her pants because they were fighting the battle of the bulge, and it was losing. It was an ugly D-Day for everything going on down there.
Where's your ranch drinks?
We don't have those yet.
What's a good mixer for ranch?
Ma'am.
I'm a boy.
Oh, my God.
You got cheese balls?
John, as my pops
no.
used to say, Mayo lady is what happens when people confuse beauty
Yeah.
for lack of self-respect.
Wow. That's sort of beautiful and also awful. It's true, though. I have self-respect. I'm not chiseled in any way, shape, or form. Therefore, I don't expose you to that. Mainly for my own insecurities. It doesn't make me a stronger person to show you my gut.
And you're there, and you're looking around for the shame police because you're like, it's not my job. I'm not the one to do it.
Well, my face was the shame police because I think it was going, oh, God. I think I made the face.
You couldn't help it.
Oh,
You couldn't help it.
so hot out. So much mayo. It's going to stink in a minute.
You don't think it was already stinking?
In certain parts.
Oh.
All right.
It's inevitable. Her washing stick to those. Hey, Babar. How about you?
If you hear, I need another foot in my washing stick because I can't reach.
Yeah, if you are,
Babar was
Look,
clean.
if you're over,
if you'd rather tape more stick onto your washing stick because you can't reach where
Get
you
to that
used to,
point.
rather than get up and walk it off, you might be disgusting. You might not be on Alaska Airlines anything.
no leggings.
Isn't spandex
Thank
a
you.
privilege and not a right?
No, it's a right. Somehow or another became a right. Lululemon's guy fought the good fight. It's like, I don't want big people in my clothes. It looks bad for my brand.
You're a fat shamer.
I think that's what athletic equipment is. Isn't all athletic gear fat shaming? It's the whole point of it. Like, put this on and work out so you're not fat. That's the whole point of it.
I love how you spark a nerve with certain people. My sister-in-law has those ham hocks under her ass cheeks. She wears yoga pants. Everyone, always my wife to tell her, you got to tell her.
Gotta say
No one
something.
else wants to.
You gotta say something. But if you do now, she'll go on TikTok.
My whole
Right,
family thinks this looks bad. Well, she's wrong. Because you ain't seen a Lizzo video.
I'm like, stop with the Lizzo comps. That's not a goal. That Tess lady that puts those pictures of herself, that's not your goal.
No.
It's not a healthy goal. If we put pictures of Brady in a halter top and panties on the thing,
Now you've got a goal.
well, no, yeah, you got a goal to avoid.
Yeah.
You got, but we wouldn't say Brady got kicked out of Castaways up the street because he wore the. Of course he did.
Sir.
Of course, sir. What are you
Ma'am,
thinking? What were you
sir.
thinking, sir? What, sir? The riffraff's going to tear you apart.
That's their problem. Small-minded.
Yeah, nothing small in this room. Anyway, the word is golf. 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 That's easy. So knock out, and you might win $1,000. 97936 is the number. GOLF, $1,000 going out the door in the next 36 minutes. So you guys can get that together and do some golf. That's simple as pie, right there. Golf. And not to be outdone, how stupid I am. This was a pretty great moment. A healthy moment, though. Eating healthy is not easy, and you got a pantry full of healthy food most of the time. So no, like flour noodles or, most everything is grains.
Gluten-free.
And, not necessarily gluten-free, but, healthier options.
Okay.
Quinoa and things like that.
You're trying to keep the carbs out of there.
Just the sugar-based carbohydrates are usually a thing where you start getting into that. No, we don't do a lot of cooking and stuff, but when it's there. So last night, the glorious Jack Ham, my dog, walked by the coffee table, and it's always a thing for me that people who put their drinks, I'm not going to say any names, but she knows who she is, right on the edge of the table every goddamn time. Instead of using the heart of the table, you use that edge and just
Tailbait.
teeter drinks and then let the dogs in, and nobody's paying attention to that teetering beverage that I'm done nagging it. Put it in the middle of the table, and we don't. Jack walks by, tail knocks it over, all over this massive super remote control that costs a fortune that controls everything. Wine everywhere. So I hear,
Well, do we put it in a bag of rice?
you know what? That's a pretty good idea. So I go searching for rice. The best I've got is garlic and herb quinoa.
Nice.
My remote smells delicious. And I don't know that it worked, but I put it in a bag of garlic and herb quinoa, which is rice.
Absolutely, yeah.
I'm not so sure that was the wisest thing, but in an effort to save the super remote, and never once did I say, well, maybe if you just keep the drinks out of tail range. We haven't learned our lesson, but okay, whatever. Become that. If I had a newspaper, it would have been the guy looking over the edge of the paper at it. Mm-hmm. We've had that talk. And just let it go. But yeah, so if you ever smell my remote, which you're going to if you ever come to my house, you'll be like, wow.
I am now.
Yeah, you're going to, you would definitely dip it into some, hey, your remote.
That's my garlic.
Smells like mama's sauce. It's good gravy. I don't
Take that
understand.
down to the club.
Oh, man.
What is
I
it
love that.
about certain people that think the edge of the table's the best option for liquid? Like the very, sometimes it's hanging off. It's not ever always on the table. I have to push it back like a child. Like, look, it goes here. Okay. Well, and then get up and let the dogs in. Oh, the teetering wine glass. What are you thinking?
Oh, are you kidding me?
No, this is very reasonable. What happened here was expected. Don't you think?
Can't believe he did that.
Yep, he ran in right after he looked at your bangs and assessed what color your hair should be. He wandered in.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, that's it. It's ridiculous. So I've got a garlic and herb remote, and I looked it up online. It's not the one you're supposed to use. Minute rice is the one you're supposed to use. So it needs some. Asians don't come and repair your electronics when you use garlic and herb. Only rice.
Uncle Ben doesn't show up? Or
no? Uncle Ben's not allowed out anymore. We took him away. He got fired.
It's just Ben.
In the interest of racism, we fired Uncle Ben. And this is far worse than everybody. We can't look at you anymore. You make us racist. So
No more job
you're
for you.
fired. What did I do? You're fired, Ben. Enough.
You know what you did.
Trotting around making us feel bad. All right then.
Is my rice still good? It's delicious.
It's delicious, and we're keeping the name.
It's wild.
But you, sir, can no longer be part of it because we think we're racist. Huh? What if I don't care? Stop it. Just leave. Get
You
out.
know you care.
Look, the best thing we can do is to get you out of our sight. That's the best way for us to have diversity. Stop looking at Uncle Ben. It makes me racist. Ridiculous. We're idiots. But I'm the biggest one because I have a garlic and herb remote. What are you going to do? What do you got on the big board of musical treats, Brett?
Wake Up Song brought to you by our buddies over there at Action Ride Shop. Now we all know that they are pretty much the best bike shop in Phoenix, but they're trying to get the Holmberg plaques.
Oh yeah.
So if you go, they actually want you to get the votes in for them.
Sounds like a bone disorder.
I know.
Got the Holmberg plaques.
But go to bestofphoenix2021.com and vote for our boys over there at Action Ride Shop because they truly are the best. Yeah, going on through the 12th.
Okay.
So I think Josh said he would get you a plaque if he wins. So
oh
we'll
yes, I'll put it in Tripp's office with the rest of them. That sounds great.
A bunch of stuff up here. The Stooges making an appearance. Soundgarden, Chimera, Eskimo Callboy, Dropout Kings had a couple requests there from the last night's show.
Post concert segment.
Yeah. Motorhead, Slipknot, Mastodon, Deftones.
And that's the best thing. I texted you last night to bail out.
Yeah.
At 9. I can't do it.
Nine-ish,
I can't rally. I'm never going to get motivated to move in there. I'm not doing it. And you were home by 10:30.
Yeah. Well,
They
it's a
went on
hardcore
stage.
show. They're like 35 minutes, and they've done half their discography. So, I mean,
That's
it's good.
incredible.
But they were great. I mean, it was all energy for that 35 minutes.
Yeah. And I would have been all juiced up.
Yeah.
They're good. Terror's fun. Loud. And the show was really good.
Yeah.
Any other bands on?
I showed up for the last band because I was I was trying to take a nap because I knew I had to get up early this morning. I'm like, I'm going to take a nap before I go to the show.
That was my plan. I'm like, I'll nap first. I'm like, if you even lay down, you're never getting up again. And I was starting to doze off a little. I'm like, I can't do this. I can't, in good conscience, try to make that. I could do it for Faster Pussycat.
Oh, man.
I know. But that wasn't after a day of drinking. That was just a normal Thursday. Yesterday was a bad idea. Well, I'm glad you had fun.
Oh,
Did you go by yourself?
Yeah,
Man,
because Dom was supposed to go too, and he got sick over the weekend.
Oh.
And not the vid.
Okay.
He did get checked. I did ask him that.
You saw that lady at Total Wine?
Probably. Bro, I'm kind of nauseous.
I can't do it, man. I can't function. If Dom wandered in here in her outfit, we'd kick him out.
Oh.
Ladies,
Pretty much anybody upstairs would.
Thank
we'd
God
kick out.
Dixon doesn't
Everyone.
make that outfit.
if Dom wears dopey shirts, because sometimes he has a dopey shirt on, he never hears the end of it. It's a Dixon. Yeah, they're cool, but not necessarily on you. You look like a fumigation tent. Go home. I hate you guys. People make fun of my clothes. I had a big sexual harassment discussion again last Friday. Because Susan
Kristen's
said...
at it again?
No,
Oh.
this was Susan. She's been a problem lately. She's a big deal.
Uh-oh.
But Marcus, when I walk by him in my shorts, he goes, you got to stop wearing those shorts to work because it's an HR problem. And he's laughing because Marcus was thinking my pants were sexy. And I walk by, and Susan goes, oh, those are the shorts Marcus we're talking about? I'm like, yeah. And she goes, I've seen that higher cut is in now. I'm like, yeah, it's a little bit up above the knee now. I'm like, this is awkward. And then she said something about, she goes, I've seen those are like, I've seen those on younger people. I'm like, well, that's rude in 100 different directions. So I tell this story downstairs, and she's standing there, and she goes, well, they're just, you're athletic behind fills out that. I'm like, you're making this worse, because if we ever had a conversation, I'm like, hey, Susan, don't you tighten those shirts up a little?
How you doing?
Make those cans pop. Because it's just because we had those other pants that Kristen and Jill said. I'm like, okay, you're having a conversation. And Joseph is dying because Joseph's the king of tight suits. Like
that's true. Yeah.
Joseph shops at like
Too tight for
too tight for children. Like it's like we're border picking him off in Alaska Airlines, even though he's really fit. It's like that's enough, Joseph. But then they got into a discussion of my ass versus his ass.
Who won?
Well, I went as the bubble ass. I got
okay,
one of
all
those bubble butts. He's in great shape. But I'm sitting here thinking, Joseph, can you believe this conversation's happening right now amongst the women? Whose ass is different and in what ways? Right here at work. Now, if we even whisper
an ass battle
between the ladies here. So let's stand Jill up here next to Susan. And
Hey,
see
Toots,
got
come on over here.
Hey, let's just stand next to her.
Spin around.
Now, she's got a nice bubble. This one's got what I call the future V, where it starts to become a bubble, and then that weird old lady bubble happens right at the bottom where it makes kind of it almost looks like her ass is a Q. What are you guys talking about? Your butts. Stop walking away. Stand still. We'd be fired in a heartbeat. But no. A Joseph John ass battle happened right at Amy's desk on Friday, and all I was down there to do was pick something up from Amy. I wasn't over there to talk about my ass or anybody else's ass for that matter. Maybe. Yeah, it's weird. But if I had a pair of shorts that went up my crack, I'm sure she'd pull me aside and say, we can't have this. Because she'd be right. Shame. We need more of it. HOAs were the ones that wrecked it, made it so people were afraid to say the truth. You just walk up to somebody and go, hey, you got to get the car parts out of your front yard, playa. This guy said, are you on TikTok? He says my front yard ain't beautiful because there's too many car parts in it. I'm like, yeah, exactly.
I'm heading to Mexico today.
I'm right. You would never do that about a yard or beauty's in the eye of the beholder of what you've let go completely in front of your house, and your neighbors said it's gross and we'd like you to clean it up.
This guy doesn't like cats.
Nobody's...
Well, I do, but 100 in your house... Maybe
Stop. Feed goddamn cats. We'll start an HOA, start fining people for being dicks. You can wear whatever you want, but there's certain times people are going to go, that's inappropriate. And it doesn't mean you have to go lose weight or you've been fat-shamed. You're just too gross to be in public. That's all. Do whatever you want from that point forward. Nobody bought you a treadmill and said use it. They just said you can't do this here. That's it. Take it somewhere else. And if you're that strong about it, don't use Alaska Airlines anymore. They don't like your kind. Let the marketplace bear it out.
Yeah, Frontier and Spirit will take you.
Yeah.
Well, they'll take anybody.
I don't know if you get kicked off of Spirit Airlines for not
just kill yourself,
not being up to snuff visually. You're done. You're done as a human. You're not human. You're a Wookiee. Anyway, golf is the word today. Which one do you want to go with, Brett?
Let's do terror just to piss you
All
off.
right.
Keepers of the Faith.
I need it. Keepers of the Faith is great, too. All right, we'll go with that. Terror's it. Golf is the word for the next 20 minutes or so. GOLF. The text is 97936. Get $1,000 in your pocket. You guys blew up our app contest, so now we just hand you cash because you guys are KUPD Nation. There is no nationwide contest when we are our own sovereign land. Love it. So get on that thing right now. 97936. Golf is the word today, and we'll do a little terror to get that. Also had a guy call Friday, which may, after 20 years, be the most well-received Guadalupe Squares ever. And I don't know why.
We got hammered with
I walked away
for it.
feeling quite foolish about it. But it was weird to me. But people liked it a lot. And after 20 years of that, you knock a couple out of the yard, and you're like, hey, we got a good one there. And right as it's going on, a guy calls Larry in his office, and he goes, so you guys going to play any music or what's going on? And Larry said, huh? He goes, for 30 minutes, and all I hear is like talking and goofing around. And he's like, oh, are you not familiar with Holmberg's Morning Sickness? Nope, never heard it before. Today's my first day. And she's like, oh, okay, well, they've been around for over 20 years, and, they're kind of more of a – sounds like a podcast to me. It needs to be a podcast. We should get back to playing some music. And Larry said, so you've been listening for how long? About 30, 45 minutes. Total? Yeah, I just found the station. It's like, okay, and you called us to make some changes, like in your first 30 minutes? You think you got like we're just going to bow to you?
Yeah, fresh eyes.
Yeah, I figured fresh eyes on your product. Probably not a bad idea to call up and shame you a little bit. And it's like, well, we're not going to change a thing, sir, if that's I'm Larry. I'm on in a few minutes. I'll start playing music. Well, good. I don't understand. And Larry said, actually, they're very funny. I listened I didn't hear anything funny. Like, all right, well, then you know what, sir? It's time to make some changes.
Not for
it's
you.
time to. We didn't know you were out there.
And it was a musical Squares, too, actually. So there was tons of music on there.
Maybe it was a little too gay for him, a little too Broadway. But that's like being a new kid at the first day of school. I'm going to sit here. Like, this is John Jensen's chair. No, get up, Jensen. I'm here. This is what. In fact, I'm going to do a new seating chart. And I don't like what's on the walls in here. I'm the new kid in this. And nobody charged me with this job. I'm just going to take it. We've been doing this for quite a while here, and it's working. Well, now I'm part of it, and I don't want it to work.
No more.
Thanks, consultant.
Yeah, why don't you just dismiss yourself from it? Nope, going to be part of it. I gave it a good 45 minutes. That should do it.
That's my limit.
The guy took the time to call instead of just turning it. I would call him up, make some changes around here. Hey, I'm brand new to the facility. Hey, McDonald's, why don't you have sushi? Oh, it's been working quite a way for us.
Think burgers getting a little old?
I don't know what interesting. People still want that stuff. I think it's kind of stupid. So
I've been here 30 minutes. I haven't seen one. There's one item that has fish on it.
Yeah, I don't understand what you guys think you're up to. We've been fairly successful, sir. Yeah, well, make some changes. Okay, thanks for the call, idiot.
McSushi.
It's like being 30 minutes into a movie. Oh, how does this end? Huh? I need to know the ending to make sure this is worth my time. Okay, why don't you just sit through it? No, I won't do that. I've assessed the first 30, and I don't like where it's going. Well, then leave. But people, they're on the edge. That's all right. You'll all be dead broke by Friday. You think you got problems now?
Wow.
I can't wait.
You made me Google it. There are 39,198 McDonald's locations. Maybe it's time for him to start selling sushi.
This is some sushi, because I'm hungry for sushi, and I'm in a McDonald's, and they're refusing me some sushi.
That dude years ago called Steven Spielberg and said, hey, listen, when's the singing start in the Schindler's List?
Yeah.
I need more singing.
Seems a little down.
Yeah. Not enough music.
I've seen the first 30 minutes of Schindler's List. If there's not a musical number in a minute, you blew it. And enough with the aliens, dude. Hey, Spielberg, we get it. You're into space. Enough. Okay. I think I'm going to stay there for a little bit. No. Nobody wants that anymore. Call Adam Sandler. He knows how movies are made. That's one of those guys. Anyway, all right, let's do some Terror. You got it ready?
Yep.
All right, here we go. It's Terror. Post-concert psyching rock from the Rebel Lounge.
Sold-out show.
They're already done with 3 other shows.
Yeah.
They did 3 more last night, and they're doing one right now. It's almost over, and then I'll get 6 or 7 more out today. Terror. This is a good act for all the lady at Total Wine. You get this one in your headphones, you might start moving a little faster.
This is bad. Bad, bad, bad.
That's a joke, right? You're joking?
You've been listening to Holmberg's Morning Sickness Podcast, brought to you by our friends at Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale. Meet, mesquite, repeat. Eric'sFamilyBBQ.com.